Shalom, shalom, everybody. This is Eliyahu's Zerubbabel, born Anthony. I'm here out in Lebanon, Tennessee, and I've been having a lot of time to think out here about the diaspora and the condition of believers in Yeshua and the entire people of Israel as a whole, whether they're Jew or Gentile or Ger Toshav or Noahide. And this message is for all of you. This is for the Hebrew Roots movement. This is for Orthodox Judaism. This is for Samaritans. This is for Karaites. This is for Messianic Jews. This is for everybody. It's really cool. So in the restoration of like Kol Yisrael, the whole entire house of Beit Israel, both the stick of Joseph and the stick of Judah, Yehudim and Yisraelim, there's some work that both of us need to do, and I propose for the entire reconciliation of the entire house of Israel, we begin organizing ourselves like it's commanded in the Torah, and establish judges and leaders and captains over tens, fifties, hundreds, and thousands in every place where we're at, especially in the land of Israel. I also want to say that I support the Sanhedrin and the Sanhedrin as long as they are completely and always restoring new facets of the kingdom of Israel in the land of Israel. I propose that all people, Messianic, Hebrew roots, every Samaritans, Karaites, that you establish Beit Dins. If you're a Noahide, establish a Beit Din. If you're a Ger Toshav, establish a Beit Din. If you're a pastor of a Messianic assembly, establish a Beit Din. The Beit Din, the commandment to establish judges within all and officers within all your gates, can be done through a Beit Din. It is fulfilling a commandment. Most Messianics, they do not want a Beit Din. They do not want to be under judges. They don't want to be under leadership. Everybody wants to do what seems right in his own eyes. And there are no judges for us believers out here in the exile. If you're a Messianic or a believer that you're a Joe, if you're a Joe of the 10 lost tribes, I'm calling the 10 lost tribes in South America, North America, Africa, Asia, the land of Canaan. I mean, I'm talking about Jordan, northern Iraq, Kurdistan, India, Afghanistan, Pakistan. If you're a Pashtun, you're a Lemba, you're a Igbo, you're a Kurd, you're in whatever tribe you're from, it doesn't really matter. I'm hitting up some major tribes, major groups of people that are coming to knowledge of the Torah, or reawakening to the identity of their forefathers, which is Israel and the command, and our father Rabbeinu Moshe Rabbeinu, the great one, our great one, Moshe. How is this all going to work? I'm stating that basically if we all unite under the same government, I don't care what you are, under the same order that's found in the Torah, even found in the Talmud, tens, fifties, hundreds, thousands. You find this in Sanhedrin, talking about the establishment of judges over tens, fifties, hundreds, thousands. If we do this, we can be internationally united despite our differences. And eventually, as the doors are opened up for different tribes to return back to the land of their forefathers, they can do that, and they can be integrated into the Sanhedrin. This whole video is about judgment and justice. Well, not really. It's about establishing Beit Dins and Sanhedrins. Sanhedrin Gadol in Yerushalayim, a great Sanhedrin, the 70 elders, 71 elders. And then we also have the Sanhedrin Katan, which are for all the cities, a Sanhedrin of 23 in cities, I believe, over 230 people. But if we don't have that many people, we can establish Beit Dins of three elders well in knowledge and understanding of the Torah. I was doing a study on this recently, and I found out that 5 of the traits of a leader and a judge in Deuteronomy are the same 5 spirits that rest upon the rod of Yeshai in Isaiah 11. A rod will come forth from the stump of Yeshai, and the spirit of Hashem will rest upon him, and the spirit of understanding and wisdom and counsel and might, Kokma, Banah, Da'at, these, and then also the fear of Yah, will rest upon him, and he will not judge by the seeing of his eyes or the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness will he judge the meek of the earth. This is very important to us as people who are supposed to, supposedly, for me, and people like me who believe that they are Israel, and they are the 10 lost tribes, or at least the companions. We need to have that kind of justice in our communities. And to judge righteously is not to say, well, I'm going to judge righteously. It's that you're going to uphold righteous judgment also. And righteous judgment is according to Torah. And Torah commands you to establish judges and officers within all of your gates. If you're not doing this, you are basically saying that Hashem's word, his Torah, is not good enough. His statutes aren't good enough. His Torah, statutes, and judgments, mishpat, and hukot, they're not good enough for you. I mean, Yahweh's government is perfect. His written word is it's perfect. It's exactly what we need to do to restore the kingdom of heaven if we're just willing to do it. Be not hearers the word only, but doers also. For he who hears the word but does not do it is like a natural man that looks at himself in his mirror, and when he turns away, he forgets who he was. It's time for the messianic Hebrew roots movement to wake up out of their slumber and their ignorance and their blindness, that they're claiming Torah yet not doing it. And if the Hebrew Roots Foundation, Hebrew Roots movement, if it's the Josephite movement or whatever, Commonwealth of Israel movement, if that was based on judgment and they went into, instead of the feast days and the Sabbath and all these important things, right? If it was founded on righteous judgment and having leadership and proper leadership like the Jews, like the Yehudim have. Orthodox Judaism has Beit Dins within all their communities, within all their gates. They have Beit Dins in Israel. They now have a Sanhedrin in Israel. They're actually a kingdom and they're actually a nation. And they actually have judges within all the gates. Hebrew Roots movement and Messianic Jews don't have this. We somehow forfeit righteous judgment for pride and knowledge of Torah, but you know it, but you don't do it, and therefore you're not doing it. You're blind, and all your knowledge and all these teachers that are teaching Torah, like Zach Bauer, new to Torah, or Rico Cortez of wisdom in Torah. Where's the wisdom when you're not establishing judges? There's no righteous judgment. And, I'm talking about every single Hebrew Roots Torah teacher, man. Establish judges. Teach people to establish judges. Because there's so much backbiting and backstabbing in this movement that people are being hurt. And there's nobody to stand for the oppressed, or judge for the fatherless, or plead for the oppressed. Whatever. I may have said that over and over again, but we need to do this. We need to establish Sanhedrins. We need to establish Beit Dins within all of our gates, and establish judges over tens, fifties, hundreds, and thousands, which is also part of our organization as the armies of Israel. The dry bones prophecy is about a great army coming together in the last days. These armies are according to tens, fifties, hundreds, and thousands. The judges over tens, fifties, hundreds, and thousands. If you can't do this basic commandment, then you're not going to move forward in unity, and you're not going to have righteous judgment. You're going to be lying to everybody else, and you'll be lying to yourselves. And it's just ridiculous. Okay, now, change the subject. Noahides. Noahides being they only keep the 7 laws of Noah. The 7th commandment of Noahide is to establish courts of justice. Okay, well, most Noahides, all right, are potential Ger Toshav once the Sanhedrin is reestablished, and accepting Noahides to become Ger Toshav, and they have the authority in the state of Israel to accept new citizenship through Goyim who are not Jews. Okay, so I propose that all Noahide Sanhedrins and all Noahide communities start studying Torah. I don't care what the Jewish people say. I don't care what the Talmud says. But if you're a Noahide, you're probably becoming a Ger Toshav if you go before the Sanhedrin, and then you're going to have to keep most of the Torah. Because Ger Toshav have to keep pretty much all the Torah. They don't have to get circumcised. They can eat flesh that's been torn by beasts, animals that have been torn by beasts. But they can actually sacrifice animals. They have pretty much all Torah is applicable for a Ger Toshav, because they are a citizen within the land and nation of Israel, once it's reestablished under the government of Israel, they have to follow their laws. Just like any immigrant comes here to our land, we have to keep their laws. A Noahide doesn't just magically just become a Noahide. He's just not like a wandering Noahide in the land of Israel. He's going to actually have to keep the laws. So all Noahides are potential Ger Toshov converts. All Sanhedrins and all Beit Dins need to have a standard of teaching the full Torah, even if that Noahide is not a potential Ger Toshav, he in turn will have potential Ger Toshavs within his midst. So all but Joes, all Messianics, I propose that we go in as into the land of Israel once the Sanhedrin is established. The 10 tribers like myself, the 10 lost tribes, we go in as Ger Toshav. We start establishing our Noahide Sanhedrins, and we judge according to the righteousness of Torah, according to a limited, more Karaite halakha, not Orthodox halakha, and we do our best to prepare ourselves for our citizenship in the land of Israel. When the Sanhedrin receives authority from the Knesset in the land of Israel to begin choosing B'nai Noach, or Noahides, Noachim, whatever they're called, Banim, Noachim, when we go into the land of Israel, we go as tribes. We go together. We settle together. We become farmers, though. So this whole international unity will be done through establishing righteous judgment across the entire earth. I mean, the law will come forth from Zion, and the word of Elohim from Jerusalem. And he shall judge amongst the nations, and many nations far off, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks, and nations shall not learn war anymore. So consider everything I said. Establish Beit Dins, everybody, every community, every group. And then I'm working on doing an umbrella organization to unite all the Beit Dins across the earth. So we start ranking up the 10 lost tribes, because we are the 10 lost. We are the companions of the 10 lost tribes. I'm a companion of the 10 lost tribes. No Jew can tell me I'm not, because I stand with the lost tribes of Israel. I stand with the Jewish people also. I stand with Israel, the nation state of Israel today. Yah bless Benjamin Netanyahu and all the members of the Knesset. And Yah Hashem bless all the members of the Sanhedrin. I mean, we're in some amazing times, folks, but the Messianic movement, the Karaite movement, y'all got to step up your game, dude, because you're looking like idiots. You don't got nothing. Orthodox Judaism, they have community, they got kingdom, they got a nation, they got righteous, they're working on their righteous judgment. We have nothing. We got a bunch of words. We say that we're the authority of the Torah, man, and really this is a bunch of, it's just stupid. Like, they're actually doing it while we're like, oh, they have all these traditions that keep them from keeping the Torah. No, they're actually keeping the Torah better than anybody else, especially those living in the land of Israel, especially those who have participated in the restoration of the Sanhedrin. Orthodox Judaism has done more for the restoration of Israel, in my personal opinion, than anybody. But it's now time that they must decrease, in the sense that we have an opportunity to begin gathering the lost sheep of the house of Israel and start doing our own thing. And that's basically teaching the Torah to all nations, to all our leaders, all the government leaders, and being a light to all Christianity, bringing Christians and Hindus and Muslims and everybody to a love of Yahweh the Father, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and his throne in Jerusalem, where all nations are going to come. Like, this is our duty, folks. You know, and Yeshua says that he will take the kingdom away from those who do not bear the fruit thereof, and he'll give it to somebody bearing the fruit thereof. Basically, if we don't bear the fruit, he's going to take it from us and give it to somebody else who's bearing the fruit. So either way, we all have a duty. I don't care if you're a Jew or a Gentile or a Samaritan or a Karaite or a Noahide or a Ger Toshav or a Jew or a Joe. I'm a Joe. We just got to step up our game, folks. We got to work together and establish judgment, establish Beit Dins in every congregation. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for listening if you're still here. And let's discuss this. I'll see you on Facebook and YouTube, wherever this goes. Peace, y'all.